Today we're going to be doing a review on the drum dial. Dun dun dun.
This is the drum dial. You can tell that because of the name on the box. Let's go ahead and take it out of the box and look at it. Wow, look at this. It's a drum dial. Wow. It comes with an instruction manual and a limited warranty card and a little chart to show you how to tune. How cool is that? And this thing is the edge gauge. It's basically a tool to show you how far away from the rim you need to be. So here is my 10-inch tom. Head's getting pretty beat up. I'm going to be in some recording sessions here soon, so I want to get all my drums tuned up before that. So what I do is I just start loosening the lug one at a time, half turn at a time, just so I can loosen it. When you're taking the drum head off, it doesn't really matter the way you do it, unless it's like under a lot of tension. Then you want to slowly relieve that tension, or it could mess up the drum or the ring. Changing drum heads is never fun, but all the bolts are loose. I'm going to set that over to the side. Old head. After that. So one thing I like to do before I seat a new head, wipe around the edges just so there's no debris or contaminants. Now would also be a good time to go ahead and clean your drum kit if you want to. Me, I'm not really too concerned about the looks of my drums more than the sound. Now I will not be changing the resonant head, as I do not do that as often as I change the batter heads. Take that bandana, wipe around the inside. I like to use a clear head on my small tom. I found it just sounds a lot better than a coated. Off right down there and gently applying pressure downward, and that'll help loosen up that drum head so you don't have to tune it every time. I'm going to make sure they're all lined up. Alright, and you all know this one. Start hand tightening. Lug nuts are pretty rusted because they were sitting out in the garage for years, so I can't necessarily hand tight everything. So now that they're all pretty much finger tight, we're going to go ahead and take a reading on it. So we have a batter medium clear, 10-inch by 12. What would that be? 10 by 10? Yeah. So I have a 10 by 10s, which is more close to the 9 by 10 rather than the 10 by 12. So I'm going to go off the 9 by 10, tune it up just a little bit higher. It says 72. I'm going to go 75. Then on the resonant head, I'm also going to go 70 or 75, or either or. We're going to see what it sounds better. So what you do is you take this edge gauge, you point it toward the nut, the lug, and you just set it down. And it reads at 70. Next one, about 69, unintended. 71, 72. 75, that one's right where I want it to be. 74. Now I won't tighten the ones that are close, because tightening the other lugs will in turn make it in tune. Now if it's over tight, I will loosen it. Pretty much you just go around the whole drum, each lug nut, and just get it to that point where they're all the same. And if you get good enough, you don't even have to use the rim gauge. Now you're probably wondering, well, it takes away from the whole tuning drums by yourself. Well, I disagree. It's still a tedious task, but I'm just getting drums that sound better than yours. So you're going to complain that I'm using a tuner on my drum kit? Well, don't complain when I get better sound from my drums. It's I think it's like a $50 expense. It's really not that big of a deal. Now it's not going to be 100% perfect, but you can get it there. Like, we are almost there. Alright, 75 all around. Now time for the bottom. Okay. Sounds pretty good. Well, I'm not going to go into incredible depth. I'm not going to film me doing all my drums, but I will take a video of them after they're done. You saw the snare drum, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly too, so I'll get back to you when all the drums are tuned. Well, bad news everybody, the lever to my snare drum, it broke. Okay, a little update. I got the tensioner off of that. Got the new tensioner on here. I got to slide this piece on there, and then we'll get it all put back together. I Jimmy rigged it with some screws and some washers, so fucking mint. Alright, we got her on there. Now we just gotta see if it works.